everyone, this is Dave Dubeau here with another special episode of the Property Profits Real Estate Podcast. This is a Real Estate Investment Association Spotlight episode. And today it's my pleasure to be interviewing Geoff Dearing from the Utah REIA in Salt Lake City, Utah. So Geoff, how are you doing today?
Doing real well. How about yourself?
I am fantastic. All the better to be chatting with you, my friend. So let's jump right into it. Why don't you tell us a little bit about the Utah REIA, how long you guys have been going for, where you're based, how often you meet, just kind of the general gist of your association.
Okay, yeah. So my wife and I started the REIA in 2013, so about 8 years ago. And we've been meeting ever since on a bi-monthly basis. We have a second Tuesday luncheon and a fourth Tuesday evening meeting. They're both held at a local community college campus that is well known for hosting events. So, a lot of people know how to get there and where it's at. And it's pretty convenient. It's here in Salt Lake County, which is close to the city, part of the greater area. We're based out of West Jordan. But we also host two additional meetings that are co-hosted by some of our members. The first one is called the Utah Realestate Investor Meetup, and that's the first Thursday of every month where people can just come in and network. And that's all it is. It's just a meeting at a local club, and people just come and network. That's literally what it is. And then the second Thursday, and I might be flip-flopping this, so it's all on our schedule, but it's either the first two Tuesdays are when these take place. But the second one is the Utah Wholesaler Meetup. So people that are interested in the specifics of wholesaling real estate can get together, and there's usually a topic of conversation on that subject, and then there's a lot of networking there as well. So those are our primary meetups. We also do special events throughout the year. Like we host an annual expo where we bring in a national speaker and have a lot of business and contacts to that for a full day event. So
nice.
Yeah, we're pretty busy.
Sounds like you're a going concern, and congratulations for getting that up and going and rolling and chugging along. At this point that we're doing the interview, you're going on 9 years now. So that's definitely a labor of love, my friend. I know how much work is involved with getting an association, getting a club up and running. Now, approximately how many members do you guys have? It sounds like you got a couple of different facets. You've got the free meetups, and then you've got the actual membership. What does your membership base look like these days?
So we're sitting at around 800 members currently, with a database of about 4,000 people.
Okay.
There's some attrition and then some new people every year. So we get people that'll move away and come back, or people that'll get busy with other things and decide to come back. So but there's a lot of return because of the benefits that we provide.
So Geoff, back in 2013, when you and your wife started the association, why did you decide to take that on? What was the motivator for you guys to start your own real estate investment club?
Well, funny enough, my wife had worked for years with local chambers of commerce.
Okay.
And a family member was actually a leader and founder of one of our local chambers here in West Jordan. And they had asked me to develop a course to teach their members how to invest in real estate. And then some shakeups happened in that chamber, and leadership changed, and they wanted me to actually pay to be able to present it, even though originally they'd asked me to do it. So I'm like, that's probably not going to be a good fit for what I'm doing. And around that time, my wife had left the chamber and was working another job and wasn't really feeling it very well. Didn't like her boss, and like the overall situation of the company. So I looked into options and found that there was no local national REIA chapter here in Utah. And I thought, why not take what kind of curriculum I developed a little bit, which should give us almost a year's worth of teaching topics, and work with the national REIA to bring in some additional benefits, like with Home Depot and some other national service providers, and provide another opportunity, because there were a couple other clubs operating at the time, but again, none of the national REIA sponsored clubs were here. There was not a local chapter, so we kind of combined the two opportunities and start forming the Utah REIA at that point.
Yeah, very, very smart. So Geoff, obviously you're a big proponent. You started the whole thing, for crying out loud. So, but what would you say to somebody, or what do you think are some of the most important reasons real estate investors should belong to a club, whether it's yours or a local club in their local area? What are the big benefits to showing up month after month to these real estate investment trainings and meetings and get-togethers?
Well, I think by far the biggest benefit is the cost per the benefit. I mean, a membership to our organization starts around $120 annually.
That's a bargain.
That's a little under $10, like $10 a month, where you'll have these really expensive coaching programs or education programs, as they call them, that can run into the tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars. And while I'm not saying that those don't provide value, because a lot of them certainly do, it's just that's kind of hard for someone, especially getting started, to come up with.
Yeah, no, most definitely.
Maxing out a credit card, or
I think the other huge benefit is that they get to rub shoulders with active real estate investors like yourself, who are actually doing what they want to do. And it's a way to really get the reality and the possibilities brought home. Like, there's a big difference between theory and practicality. And I think when you're part of a real estate investment association like yours, you get to rub shoulders with really active investors and see that, hey, if this person could do it, I can probably do it too.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, that was another point I was definitely going to tackle, is that it allows you to not only, because we have primarily local speakers from other successful investors, so people can come and pick those teachers' brains, and get to know them, and that also attracts other investors wanting to learn about. So yeah, these nightly and monthly meetings really attract a lot of different types of investors, a lot of different people within the industry, to help you grow your team and help you formulate a plan to get into in real estate.
It's a real shortcut, isn't it? It really is.
Yeah. It's a huge shortcut. And, there's so many topics in real estate you could spend your entire life analyzing and never pick one. So
I just spoke to a guy, Geoff, that spent 10 years learning real estate before he ever pulled the trigger and actually did his first deal. Blew my mind. But it's easy to do. There's almost too many different choices out there, right? Yeah,
there's tons of path you can follow. It's like a spider web. It just trickles out.
I think you pick one and take a crack at it, and then go from there. Yeah, that makes sense. So, Geoff, you've been doing this for a while now. You're obviously a successful real estate entrepreneur, but what would you say is your favorite member success story? So people who are part of your club, what's the success story that just, juices you up the most?
Well, sorry, I'm trying to drink enough water. But anyway,
that's all right.
Probably my favorite is, I'm not going to name a specific person, but something that's happened numerous times is, we've seen new members come in bright-eyed, ready to tackle the world, and then maybe they get a little discouraged after they find out it's really going to take some work.
Yeah, there's that WORK word in there, right?
Yeah, but after they see other people succeed, and like you said, they they take that and they're like, I can do that. I've seen numerous people, rather than jumping into their first home, they say, hey, I can do bigger, and I'm going to do an apartment syndication. And, we've had several members go from doing smaller homes and into doing apartments or storage or development. I can count on at least several dozen people that have now become multimillionaires, partly due to our REIA. So
That's awesome.
while I don't have a specific person I want to single out, because I usually would want to ask someone ahead of time if I can share their story. We've had numerous stories, and those people are still involved and grateful. So
that's wonderful. That's wonderful. Now, at the time that we're doing this interview, the whole COVID thing is still kind of bubbling around. How did that affect your organization?
Well, we had a period of time where we could do virtually only. Our meeting center closed down completely for almost a year. And so all of our meetings went virtually. So we really had that learning curve of transitioning completely to, doing things on a video provider similar to Zoom. In fact, I think we use Zoom primarily. But so it worked out pretty well. And we still actually, even though we're back to meeting in person, there's still a number of people that are, cautious and don't want to risk contracting COVID. So we still have a pretty big contingent of people that attend online.
So we actually have a hybrid version.
Yeah. So we have our in-person, where you can come network, but there's also the people that come in and join us on Zoom. And then we also record all of our meetings. So we put those on the back end for members to go back and review at their convenience. So, and kind of have the three trifecta there, the live meeting back again with, the online and recording that people can come back and watch. So
yeah, that's really smart. That's a good idea. So in a way, it was a sucky situation, but there's always a bit of a silver lining in there if you know what to look for. Yeah. I
mean, we were able to pivot and adjust. And that's one of the benefits of being with the National REIAs. You get a hive mind of REIAs across the globe, and they come together and share ideas and allow us to really pick the best and find solutions that work. So,
yeah, that's wonderful. Now, the Utah REIA, are you just 100% focused on local folks? If you have folks from out of state that also attend virtually your events, that kind of thing, virtual members?
Yeah, we do. I mean, we do have people that are members from outside of state, vendors and individuals, people primarily interested in the Utah market, because our networking and our education is primarily focused here. I mean, we do have presenters that will talk about how they do things out of state as well. But yeah, because of those online components, being able to record the meetings and have people log in from anywhere via Zoom, we'll see people all over the country.
Wonderful. Wonderful. So Geoff, thank you very much for sharing a little bit of your insights about your REIA. Congratulations on starting this sucker from scratch in 2013 and keeping it chugging and growing and pivoting during pandemics and being stronger than ever. That's wonderful.
I attribute that mostly to my wife. She's the expert. So
if people want to find out more about your REIA, where should they go? What should they do?
Our website contains all the information. It's just Utah REIA, UTAHREIA.org, utahreia.org, or utahreia.com / there too. So either one will get you there. And all the membership information, all the meeting information, all of our contact information is on there. So
wonderful. So you can check that out. And again, Geoff, thank you very much for sharing your wisdom.
Pleasure.
All right, everybody, take care. We'll see you on the next episode. Thanks for tuning into this special Spotlight episode. Now, if you're a real estate investor and you're looking to find private money partners and raise capital for your deals, then check out moneypartnerformula.com. You can get a free copy of my book. You can find out how to raise 6 figures or more in 6 weeks or less. Again, that's moneypartnerformula.com.